Hi, welcome to my channel where we provide an alternative view to the common narrative. Today we're going to talk about Zelensky and Ukraine. I don't understand people. Does world politics are determined by the media or what? I don't understand the commentators talking about this whole matter about Ukraine is now a lost cause and America and the West is going to defund Ukraine and that's it, and its focus is on Israel and this and that, and now forget about Ukraine. How do people think? Are they do they only have short-term memory, or can't they think a little bit past 5 minutes time or so? This war in Ukraine is not going to stop. We had Iraq, and for the first 6 months or 8 months, it was in the news. And after that, it went quiet, but Iraq is still going on. Afghanistan. First 6 months, all time in the news, nothing more, boof. 20 years later. Libya. I don't know, boof. 11 years. Syria. 13 years. 12 years, sorry. It's still going on. Just because the news doesn't report about it doesn't mean the conflict has ended, and neither will the conflict in Ukraine and between Ukraine and Russia stop. And now they're going to fund. Firstly the weapon delivery. That's going to have an impact on Ukraine. Well, what is Israel doing against Hamas and the Palestinians? They are bombing them from aircrafts. So what they need bombs for their aircrafts. They might need some ammunition for their tanks and so on, and some small ammunition. Yes, they do that. But that is usually plentiful. What do the Ukrainians require? 155 artillery rounds, anti-tank weapons, air defense systems. All these things that Israel doesn't really need. Well, except maybe for air defense missiles, because they have to defend against, they have to resupply the so-called Iron Dome. But that's about it. And Austin has already said that it doesn't really matter. They are still supplying Ukraine. They're still delivering weapons. They're getting, what they are doing is they are taking all their old stock that has nearly expired or has expired and giving it to Ukraine. But they take their latest weapons, if they are equivalent, like an air bomb versus air bomb, or air missile versus air missile. Ukraine will get the old air missile, ground-to-air missile, and Israel will get the latest one. And that's the only difference between those things. But American weapon delivery to Ukraine, no, it's not going to stop. I don't see a reason why. And I can't follow any argument that says it must be like that. They are just looking at the conflict in Israel and the conflict in Ukraine. The Americans, what they're going to do? No, it's bullshit. It's not the same type of ammunition or military equipment. They're not going to get Abrams tanks or Bradley fighting vehicles to Israel. And then the Germans have already delivered this month, I think, or now, last week, another 30 Leopard tanks. Okay, Leopard 1, but it's still 30 tanks. And they committed themselves that they have spent now, I think, 5 billion to Ukraine in terms of weapons delivery, and next year they are planning on 10 billion weapons delivery to Ukraine. That's Germany. And then the US wants to give Ukraine 61 or 64, I get confused, billion to Ukraine and 14 or 13, something like to Israel. Yes, they are denying still Ukraine the money, but not because they don't want to support Ukraine. This Ukraine fatigue story is the utter bullshit you can get. Nobody got fatigued about Afghanistan or Iraq or Libya or Syria or whatever you want to talk about. It just goes on. It's easy to enter a war, but very difficult to exit one. But in any case, coming back to the money. So I think the Americans just are using it for a political tool or leverage against Biden's group, or they want to stop this corruption that is supposed to be happening. Well, not supposed, it is happening in Ukraine. So they want more oversight of that. They're going to use that as a bargaining chip. But anyway, Ukraine will get their money. 66, say, let's call it 61 billion. But on the same side, the EU is trying to budget 54 billion to give to Ukraine. And what is that? A little bit more than 110, 115 billion for next year to Ukraine. Now, who says the West is getting dingus fatigue? Oh, yeah. Oh, Malone that was duped into those two jokers from Russia. Oh, yeah, now they're getting battle fatigue, Ukraine fatigue. You don't fight the war and get fatigue about this stuff. You do it, either you settle it on an agreement or you try to conquer your enemy and that's it. There is no other outcome to any war. So, I can't understand how any Western leader can still be duped by these two jokers. These Russian jokers. I cannot understand that. Surely these people should have been warned by now. But in any case, I'm digressing. So, I'm sorry. Scott Ritter says the war is over. No, it's not over. Colonel Douglas says it's over. No, it's not over. The F-16 is still going to come. Going to make a difference? Well, these experts say no. But, you know, the Russian defense minister has said he has destroyed so many MiG fighters and so on every day or second day and so on. More than actually I believe the Ukrainians had before the war. And then recently they destroyed like 34 fighter aircrafts of Ukraine in 3 or 4 days. But I thought they had no more aircraft. So I don't understand the whole concept of does Ukraine still have fighters or not? If it still has, then, which it showed, then the X-16s will be a nice welcome. A nice addition. Well, yeah. To actually tell you is that we don't really know, and neither do these experts know. Because they are consistently being proven wrong. But, yeah, that's how things are. So also this Time magazine about Zelensky, who's delusional and doesn't know that he lost. No, the line of contact is at this stage stationary or no, static. Is that the right word? Yeah, static. There are some battles, positioning battles, but that is it. Winter is coming. Gives you some pause for regrouping and rearmament of both Russia and Ukraine and the West. And it's going to be about 6 months. And in 6 months' time, maybe the battle goes on and then we will see what was happening. But over? No. It's by a long shot not over. There is the Western countries in America fed up with Ukraine. No. It's a project that they created. Why is Zelensky so believing, according to the Time article, that he's being betrayed by the West? Well, he had the opportunity to make peace with Russia in May last year, or March. I get confused with dates. In any case, and he rejected it on the advice of Boris Johnson. Because he was promised the support of the West. And maybe he's not getting what he wants, or he's not getting the glory. But at the end of the day, he's a comedian. He's an actor. And that is what he has. Maybe people don't like his act anymore, but he's still the president of Ukraine. And the project in Ukraine is an American project, which they have to continue. Which I've stated so many times that if they abandon Ukraine and it falls the US will lose all influence in the rest of the world, especially Taiwan and Japan and South Korea, because these countries will realize they cannot depend on the support of US, and that the US is just a big mouth country. There's no staying power. As soon as the going gets tough, the tough gets going. You know that statement? That is what they would believe, and they will see it, and they will be right. In any case, that's my story for today. Until next time, cheers.